Alright, so I was taking a little break there. Saw in the comments section from yesterday's video, Mark F. recommended running a screwdriver corner to corner on that noisy duct I have, and that should reduce it. It actually makes a lot of sense, so I'm going to give it a try and see what happens, and we'll see if Mark F. is a hero or not. So let's see. Oh my goodness. Let's go up and see. All right, moment of truth. Ah! Sharper. It is doing something. You know what? Because it got sharper. I think I know how to fix this. His idea worked. It's because I did the flange on them. Let's see. I have a suspicion it might be this panel. We'll see. If I disconnect this and it still does it, then I know. There. Shouldn't make a sound. Let's go see. All right. It is. I was after the wrong panel. Back to the drawing board. Mr. Mark, you may still have this. Let's see. All right. Back in. That was it. Mark, you're my hero. You just saved me $13. I was about to buy a thermal pan. Thank you very much. Alright, I'm back in. The snow's blowing pretty heavy, so I got a bit of time before I head off to work. I'm waiting for the snow to stop here. Now, what I want to do here, I keep forgetting to get it done, but it's got to get done before we start mudding or doing anything like that, and preferably before the drywall goes up. So this wallpaper should be removed, and it should be removed now. Ideally, I mean, it can be removed a little later, but you don't want to mud against it, obviously. And, you know, if I can avoid it, I'd rather not get, you know, any nearby drywall wet. So for this here, because this is glued on, it's not a peelable wallpaper. You know, it's very old-fashioned. It's got the adhesive. So you can, you know, get a wallpaper steamer, but that could be a painful process still. You know, you're doing tiny little bits at a time. Sometimes it comes off easy, sometimes it doesn't. So in this case, what I'm going to try and do first, just because it's a little bit more effective when it does work, a little quicker anyway, is I have some soapy water here, and I'm going to take this tool here. This is a wall perforator, and the idea is I can run it along the wall like so. I don't want to press too hard because that just damages the drywall underneath for nothing. But it just leaves tiny little holes, and it allows the soapy water to penetrate. Now you can add things like fabric softener and vinegar to the mix, one or the other, not both. And that does help lift things. I don't have those handy, but I'm thinking the soapy water might just work on its own. We'll see. The adhesive's pretty old. And once that's done, I'm gonna just go by with a putty knife and scrape off as best I can. Now what you really don't want to do is dry scrape. If you try dry scraping, not only are you just gonna pull your hair out along the way, but you're going to damage the drywall underneath. The other thing is razor blades. They don't work for this. The adhesive has to be loosened. The adhesive is stronger than the paper on the drywall or the wallpaper itself. That's what you really want to break into. So that's kind of the logic behind it and why dry scraping doesn't work. The soapy water does loosen it. It may not be very effective for this, in which case I'll have to go out and get a steamer, but cross that bridge when it comes. So, as always, like, share, subscribe. It really goes a long way to help the channel. And let's get back to it. I'm going to go ahead and soak this wall right now. That way it has a little bit of time to soak while I prep up the rest of this drywall. We're going to sand it off, but just to see how the soap does activate the glue again. That is the glue reacting to the water. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes and see what happens, but so far it's not looking very hopeful. So that was a very pleasant surprise. The drywall got delivered while I was still here. That's always nice. Caught me a little bit off guard. I was just over there waiting for the wallpaper to soften and sipping a coffee, and here he came. So while I was waiting for him, he had a bit of trouble there struggling with the streak because it's pretty busy right now. He came at probably the worst time. I put on another coat of soapy water. It's had plenty of time to soak in, and let's see the results. So try here on a seam. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Look at that. Now the only thing I gotta watch for is that I don't, oh, that's really nice, that I don't peel the paper off the drywall while I'm at it. So once I got to start, that's coming off pretty nice. So I'm gonna keep this up, and with whatever's left I'll soak it again, and once again I'll be pretty careful. That paper is pretty delicate. Unfortunately, I'm out of time. I got to get back to work, so I'll soak it again later and get a bit more done. And that is precisely why wallpaper is kind of a life choice, you know. Some people like it, some people love it, some people hate it. Personally, I like it, but there's an old saying, everybody likes wallpaper, but nobody likes yours. Don't put wallpaper up if you're looking to sell your house. So, with that said, I've got to head off to work. But as always, hit those buttons. There's lots of buttons. I like when the buttons are hit. And I will see you in the next one. Till then.